So going back to my point, if you have this big, you're thinking big, you have this mindset, like you really believe that things are possible, you're working hard to make things possible, and you're surrounded by people who are doing it, they can make you believe you can do some crazy stuff. And then you can actually go out there and accomplish it, and then you're inspiring all of these other people. So just sitting down with people who are like, girl, you can own a hotel. It's nothing. Yeah. That's like
and I was so serious.
You were
and
so
I'm
serious.
Still serious.
So tell us,
I can't wait to check in your hotel. I can't wait.
Say it again.
Just let me know, boo.
Look at that camera.
Wait a minute. And the marketing is going to be on point. I already know it's going to be a whole vibe. It's going to be a whole thing.
Touch of the green.
Koe going to be in lights. Like, what is going to be
y'all like that?
Right here. That's what I do.
But you do like a not crowdfunding.
Well, kind of. So I do raise capital. I bring in private investors, right? So it's 4 different ways. So, in Monopoly, right? You get 4 houses to get to a hotel. Mm-hmm. Well, I say, okay, maybe not 4 houses, but it's 4 different ways that you can actually invest. Okay. So the first way is through crowdfunding. You actually can crowdfund. For those who don't know what crowdfunding is, you're essentially just pooling your funds together in investing in a platform. You can invest through REITs, which is a real estate investment trust. That's more of a passive way. So it's like you're investing in a portfolio of hotels, and you receive dividends and everything. Another way is through private investing. So you're investing directly into the asset or with someone, and that's how I was able to raise capital for my hotels, was through private investing. People invested with me to invest in an asset, and then that's a passive way for folks who don't want to do a lot of the work. They may be like, look, I ain't trying to do all what you know with Davonne. I just want my money to grow, Davonne, and you figure out the rest. And then you have what I do, which is the fourth way, is more so active, right? Doing a lot of work, which is the hotel syndication, or being a hotel syndicator, right? So those are 4 different ways.
Nope, you're going to have to define it.
Thank you. See, you're a good teacher. So for those who don't know, with syndication. So syndication, what it is you're raising funds from other people. And you're raising it through legally, right? So you have to go through securities. It's a lot of legalese, a lot of legal information. So definitely recommend that you all get a securities lawyer, not only to protect yourself, but protect your investors. Some folks, they go that route because it gives them flexibility to raise capital from folks that they don't know, or folks that they do know. So it gives it's just more of a legal structure of raising capital, or raising money.
We not on like Kickstarter saying, help me buy this hotel.
Yeah, you can't do that. You can't not on Kickstarter. No. Okay. Yeah, there's some websites, but there's not too many of them. Maybe one on the way,
Look, I was about to name one, but with that, I sure will not give nobody a plug. Okay. So you mentioned, or we were talking about how sometimes, you can have this big idea, you can have this dream, you start telling people and they like, no. And their fear or doubts or whatever starts to rub off on you, whether you realize
and
it or
not. And that's happened to me before.
So I want to talk about some of those challenges that you bumped into, because, it's easy to get on the gram and see the glitz and the glam. And it's like, yo, she owns 3 hotels. But there were days before you owned
crying.
3 hotels.
Girl, having conversations with my bank account, like, ooh, can we just get
gas station?
Can we just get positive? Like, so
can we just be positive?
Can we just be positive? And I should do better, because my grandma was really good at managing her money. But so people, they assume they don't. I think, and I'm glad you mentioned that, because a lot of times on Instagram and on social media, people show the glitz and the glam, but it's times where you crying
in the fetal position.
You literally, like, even entrepreneurship, you like, you know what? I may want to work again. Like, I may want to go back. You know what? I'm gonna go and look.
See what's out there.
I'm just gonna see, because I think people keep saying financial freedom, but really financial freedom is not being in your business 24/7, like scaling and building systems. That's really financial freedom. To me. But, I started off as a front desk agent. That's an entry-level position, right? I have a, youthful face. People always say I look young. So imagine when I look like I was like 19, I look like I was 12, right? So a lot of people, they face discrimination because of their race. They face discrimination because of their gender. Me, it was my age. They weren't discriminating, because you're black. No, it was because I was young. It was, oh, no, Davonne, you're too young.
You never even think about that.
Oh, Davonne, you're too young. Because a lot of times when I was in corporate, I was the only black. I was the only woman. and I was the youngest. So they didn't even look at me because I'm black. It was like, girl, you just too young. You know, and so that took a toll on my confidence. Like, not looking at, like, Davonne, you're at this table with them. You know, you're like, so it's really a mindset thing. You have to get your mindset to be confident. Like, Davonne, telling yourself, you the shit. Yeah. Excuse me. You know,
girl, we on YouTube. You could say whatever comes out.
You know what I mean? So, so that took a lot for me, to be like, okay, Davonne, you can do it. You know, it was some of my friends. So shout out to my brother in hospitality, Omari Head. He's at a hip hop hotel broker. He's like, Davonne, you know, you can do it. Some people didn't want to work with me. I just wanted to get on my first deal. I didn't have anything, but I knew about running a hotel. I knew about the hotel business, but they were like, Davonne, you're too young. You don't have any money. It was like, you don't have enough money. You don't have enough money. I'm like, but I can do this. I can do this. No. I kept hearing so many no's, and finally, you know, Mara's like, Davonne, you can do it yourself. You don't need to partner with them. Now, of course, they want to partner with me now. It's a different conversation now. But back then, I got a lot of no's, and it wasn't because, oh, you're a woman, because they were working with other women and other black people. It was even some black people didn't even want to help me.
So how do you have the confidence now? Because you're not being discriminated against. You've obviously proven yourself. They're putting some respect on your name, but you still are showing up in spaces where you are probably the only a lot of times, or some of the times. How do you show up confidently like, I know that God sent me to this place?
I have to remind myself, because I sometimes still have those moments. And I'm like, Davonne, girl, you that bitch. Wake up. What is wrong with you?
Wake up, sis.
Girl, you done bought 3 hotels. Wake up. Your house paid off. Wake up. Like, what you got? Girl, wake up.
Girl, stop playing.
So that's what I have to tell myself. I literally be like, what you doing? Like, literally, I have to tell myself that in the mirror before I go in the meeting, just to kind of just remind myself. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times I'm still the youngest. I mean, I am. I'm the youngest African-American woman in the United States to own 3 hotels.
Let's pause there. Okay. Moment of silence for that. Okay.
So I have to remind myself, you know, and it's be like, I've put in a position now where I'm making hotel ownership where it's a conversation. Like, people are literally having a conversation about hotel ownership at their dinner table. Even if they want to buy a hotel in 3 years, it don't even matter if it's 10 years. It's just the fact that they're talking about it now.
Right.
So when I hear stories about, especially older women who've been in the industry longer than I've been alive, and they come to me and they say how I'm inspiring them, that's what keeps me going. When my mentor, Valerie Ferguson, who's the first African-American general manager of a major hotel, the first African-American period of the largest hotel association in the world, and she is proud of me, and she says my name in rooms, that's amazing. You know, so when that reminder, because I stand on her shoulders, even though she never owned a hotel, but she blasted the doors open for me. So what do I have to do? I have to keep that door open for other people like us who, you know what? Hotel ownership is possible. We've been doing this. I just got back from Tulsa, the Greenwood Avenue. It was hotels on that. That's what, early 1900s, 1921, before 19. So we've been doing this.
Been doing it. But imposter syndrome is such a thing.
Oh, my God.
Like, we've had this conversation so many times.
It's real.
Whether we're talking about in relationships and professionally, for sure professionally, because even though you've accomplished all these things, even though your resume is long, even though your receipts are on point, you still sometimes look at other people. Or still sometimes, step into the room and start to, well, am I really supposed to be here?
You got 80 hotels. That's what, I mean, I went to an event the other day. Now I've told myself, who cares? I walked into a hotel ownership event with my hair just like this. 10 years ago, I would have not done that.
What changed?
I mean, what you gonna do? You got a hotel, so do I. What's up?
I got my hotel with these braids, baby.
What's up? You know, some people hating, oh, you ain't got that many Instagram followers. I'd have had less than what I had now when I bought my first hotel. What's up? I mean, what's up? You know, it's to the point where it's just like, I mean, so I had to, it's something I just had to, I can't worry about what anybody else got.